judge says to a clerk, call your Massa. Let's put up the judge full mass here, okay? Let me give you a background to this. So a black ex-clerk of a New Orleans judge says the judge fired her because she reported the judge's alleged use of racist language and because she refused to sign an affidavit that said she was inaccurate. So New Orleans Parish Criminal District Court Judge Laurie White allegedly told then intern clerk Patrice Warren in her courtroom to go call your Massa. Additionally, Warren said her formerly amicable relationship with Judge White changed after the clerk refused to sign an affidavit related to White's defense against sexual harassment allegations. Warren, who was dismissed on July 28th, reported the alleged use of the racist language in a letter to court officials as part of the request for reinstatement. Another individual in the courtroom corroborated Warren's recollection of the white judge using the racist language during the June incident. But that person requested anonymity, fearing retaliation, as has already been seen. In February, Judge White was accused of repeatedly harassing a court employee both inside and outside of the courtroom. A copy of an 8-page affidavit about the case notes that White gave her accuser lingerie at a holiday party in December of 2021, which Warren claims made the individual appear uncomfortable for some time after receiving it. Judge White's excuse for the incident and termination, here it is. All right, remember, this is a judge. This is a legal scholar. This is a person that understands rules of evidence, defense, prosecution, how to present things for the record. Here's what the judge said. According to Judge White, she fired Warren because the clerk received a second DWI conviction and performed subpar work, which constituted a violation of trust and obstinate behavior. In a text message to the Picayune, White said she learned of Warren's second DWI on July 12th after she pleaded guilty and drove to work with a suspended license. White fired her 2 weeks later. The judge also claimed that she used the word master, not Massa, and that her intention had been misinterpreted. All right, wait a minute now. So the judge is saying, wait a minute, I said call your master. I didn't say call your Massa. Totally different things here. This is what the judge said in her own defense, okay? It's not intended to be, or not intended as a derogatory adjective or noun, nor a racial slur or negative comment, the judge said. I used the term likening him, the intern's employer, as a legal master, taskmaster to this student intern, and associates, like Jedi master, or as a pronoun used by a local music artist, Master P. Damn it, Judge, you done went too far bringing Master P into this. Okay, all right? Master P, ma'am, you should be disbarred for this. Warren, who also denies hiding details of her DWI from Judge White, said the judge sent her harassing texts in an effort to convince her to sign the affidavit. The former clerk did not give any evidence of those texts, according to the local paper. Well, isn't that something? All right, so let's put some things aside for just a minute. Okay, there's a lot going on here. But the judge's reason that she puts on record is so insane that I conclude the judge is obviously guilty. It's insanity to believe that somehow this judge was referring to a Jedi master or Master P in her reference to call your master. All right, my dear sister, what are your thoughts here?
You know, we know that Black Americans are 5 times as likely to be incarcerated as white Americans. We know that 80% of judges are white in this country, 86% of lawyers. And when you have a young biracial law clerk be treated like this, It's disgusting, right? They want to partake in the justice system. They want to help things change. And this is how they're treated. And the excuse, Jedi Master, I will give it to the judge. It's creative, but I do not buy it. This story is insane. Jedi Master, really?
There you go.
Ridiculous.
All right, all of that legal training, Jedi Master.